For 41-year-old Isabella Hellmann, life in Delray Beach, Florida, looked like the American dream. She had left Colombia years earlier with nothing but hope and built everything from scratch. A respected real estate agent at Signature Real Estate, a beautiful condominium, and most importantly, her 10-month-old daughter, Amelia. To her family and friends, Isabella was warm, outgoing, and endlessly kind. But to Isabella, her greatest purpose was motherhood. Everything she did, every long workday, every sacrifice, was for Amelia. Isabella was born in Colombia to Eduardo Rodriguez and Amparo Alvarez. Like so many immigrants, she came to the U.S. chasing opportunity. She became a naturalized citizen, worked tirelessly, and earned her place in the community. By 2017, Isabella was thriving. Her colleagues described her as someone who connected instantly with people, someone destined for success. Her family was close. Her parents and 3 sisters lived nearby in Boca Raton. They gathered often, keeping Colombian traditions alive while embracing their American life. Isabella's mother helped care for baby Amelia, something that gave Isabella peace as a working single mother. Then, in 2014, Isabella met Louis Bennett online. Louis Bennett was a 42-year-old mining engineer with dual British and Australian citizenship. He was an experienced sailor, trained in emergency procedures, night sailing, and man-overboard protocols. On paper, he was capable, confident, worldly. Their relationship moved fast. Amelia was born in 2016. By February 2017, Isabella and Louis were married in a small ceremony. From the outside, they looked happy. But behind closed doors, cracks were forming. The couple struggled financially. They had mounting debts and constant arguments. But the real conflict was deeper. Louis wanted to raise Amelia in Australia. Isabella refused to leave Florida, or her family. Text messages later recovered by investigators told a painful story. Isabella wrote about yelling, insults, and emotional exhaustion. Still, hoping to fix their marriage, the couple planned a delayed honeymoon. In April 2017, they left Amelia with Isabella's family and flew to the Caribbean. They boarded Louis's 37-foot catamaran, Surf into Summer. The plan was to sail from St. Martin through Puerto Rico, Cuba, and back to Florida. Isabella was excited, but she missed Amelia deeply. She called her sisters whenever possible. Early in the trip, Isabella's phone stopped working. From then on, all communication depended on Louis's devices. Investigators would later find that troubling. On May 14, 2017, the couple left Havana, Cuba, heading toward Florida. That evening, Isabella called her sister Diana by satellite phone. Her last words were simple: "I'll see you tomorrow." She never did. According to Louis Bennett, what happened next was an accident. He claimed Isabella was on night watch while he slept below deck. Despite her limited sailing experience, he said she wore no life jacket, no harness, no locator beacon. In the early morning hours, Louis said he heard a crash. When he came on deck, Isabella was gone. But what Louis did next raised immediate suspicion. He didn't shout her name. He didn't launch flares. He didn't search the water. He didn't call for help. Instead, he spent 45 minutes packing valuables into a life raft, including stolen silver coins. Only then did he abandon the sinking vessel. At 1:30 a.m., the Coast Guard received his distress signal. When rescuers found him hours later, they noticed something strange. His backpack was heavy. Inside were stolen coins, linking him to a prior theft. When asked what he did to search for his wife, Louis said, "I did nothing." The Coast Guard launched a massive 4-day search, covering nearly 5,000 square nautical miles. Isabella was never found. Just 1 day after the search ended, Louis requested a presumed death letter. Investigators were alarmed. Isabella's family was devastated, but initially supportive of Louis. That support quickly turned to fear. When Louis arrived at the family home to retrieve belongings, tensions exploded. Isabella's mother begged him not to take Amelia away. He refused. The next day, Louis flew to the UK with Amelia, cutting off all contact. Behind the scenes, investigators uncovered the truth. The catamaran damage came from inside the boat. Escape hatches were deliberately opened. Experts concluded the vessel had been intentionally sunk. A month later, FBI agents searched Isabella's condo. They found more stolen coins, linking Lewis to a pattern of theft and deception. The motive became clear. Isabella's death meant freedom, inheritance, full custody of Amelia. When Lewis returned to the U.S. in August 2017, he was arrested. In 2018, he was charged with second-degree murder. Facing overwhelming evidence, Lewis accepted a plea deal for involuntary manslaughter. In 2019, he was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. Isabella's family never believed it was an accident. Years later, they reunited with Amelia, choosing forgiveness for her sake. Today, Amelia knows who her mother was, a woman who chased dreams, who loved deeply, and who trusted the wrong person. Isabella Hellmann was 41 years old. She was not just a victim, she was a mother, and her story is a reminder. Sometimes the greatest danger comes from the person closest to you.